Hi, everybody. I'm Steve, back here again with Dr. Nario. Dr. Nario is with Biointegrative Health Center in Reno, Nevada. You can find them online if you have any questions about health or treatments that they do. So welcome, Dr. Nario.
Hi, Steve. Thank you for having me again. Always a pleasure.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about the paleo diet, which is one that I think is one of the better lifestyles. I guess it's better to say it's a lifestyle. So, what is the paleo diet?
Well, Steve, good thing that you mentioned about the word lifestyle, because I always want to emphasize to my patients that diet is a lifestyle. It's not going to be done in a month, in 2 months, or a few weeks. It always has to be something that you're used to doing. But again, we're going to draw the line on this as we go along on this discussion. So, going back to paleo diet. Paleo diet is similar to the eating during the Paleolithic era, which is 2.5 million to 10,000 years ago. Other names for Paleolithic diet you would hear Stone Age diet, the hunter-gatherer diet, and even the caveman diet. And the thing here is the concept is to return to a way of eating like during the early stages of human beings and how they ate. The reasoning for that is the human body is genetically matched for that specific era. And now, as the new age comes in, it is saying that there's a mismatch with the new modern diet that we have. That's why it is not in alignment with our concept of diet during the Stone Age times, and particularly the farming era. So when the farming era came in, this is what they're pertaining to that is not in alignment towards the metabolism of humans. And this rapid change actually brought in the adaptation of the body. Also, when the farming food products got introduced to our system, that's the theory where metabolic imbalances like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease actually came to be. And the paleo diet is famous for, of course, weight loss most of the time and just maintaining a healthy weight, why people are using it now.
Okay, so on the paleo diet, what in today's terms, what kind of food would you eat? What are your choices?
Steve, again, easy concept to remember for everybody. Always remember caveman. What does your caveman eat? Lean meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, oils from fruits and nuts, such as olive oil, walnut oil, and again, foods that in the past could be obtained by hunting and gathering. And now the question is, yeah, what are your food choices? What are your foods to avoid in a paleo diet? So the things that you have to remember, being a farmer, foods that become common when the farming industry emerged. These are more of the ones that you should avoid would be grains, legumes, dairy, refined sugar, salt, potatoes, and highly processed food. So basically, it's describing the modern Western food that we have right now and making a point that we should only stick with the prehistoric diet.
Okay, so I mean, I could think of definitely some benefits, but what are some of the benefits that you would express eating this way?
Okay, the diet really is emphasizing that, of course, it cannot only be working by itself, because you would hear this a lot with our athletes, the bodybuilders, the ones who are involved with sports. The diet works best when you integrate water, proper hydration, and also physical activity almost daily. So, like cavemen, it's not like I don't want to tell people about being Barney and Fred in the Flintstones because they're overweight. They're not really the perfect example of the paleo diet. But again, the benefits would be more weight loss, improved glucose metabolism, thus lowering the chances of diabetes, better blood pressure control, avoiding hypertension, lower triglycerides, better appetite management, meaning you regulate your appetite, you're not snacking a lot. And a good example for you are the healthy Italians who actually underwent moderate paleo diet for at least more than a year. It actually led to a very good diverse microbiome, or the good bugs in our gut, in compared to the Mediterranean diet in that specific study. The thing here is there are also other studies that it shows that our current diet right now leads to the loss of diversity in our microbiome, our healthy gut bacteria, which is actually counteracted by the paleo diet.
Okay, so how about disadvantages? I mean, I can think of one. You can't eat fast food, right? So, um, what would be some of the disadvantages of with this eating lifestyle?
Well, Steve, there is quite a few points for disadvantages. Just mentioning to you a while ago, the absence of whole grains and legumes. These are good sources of fiber for our gut, and also vitamins and nutrients. So they're pretty rich on these components. And even absent of dairy products, good sources of protein and calcium. The thing here is with paleo diet, there is an emphasis about eating organic, right? Eating clean, and the affordability and accessibility of these food sources, such as wild game, grass-fed animals, and nuts, kind of makes it a little expensive. And you have to go to specialty stores for that. For some people, a paleo diet may be, yeah, as I said, too pricey. And long-term adherence, as studies now had shown to the paleo diet, it actually increases the enzyme called TMAO. So let's recall what this TMAO enzyme is. This is the enzyme that is created by your gut bacteria when interacting with meat products or even eggs, would produce an enzyme that would lead to cardiovascular inflammation. So again, there's some misconceptions from this diet being fully advantageous. And another study showed that they tested the paleo diet in the Hadza tribe. So this is a tribe that is a hunter-gatherer type of tribe, and they noticed that they have fewer metabolic diseases and very industrialized societies, and they had a very good diverse microbiome. So these guys are the perfect paleo dieters. But when they studied the group, they actually saw that these guys are eating carbs, which are grains. They were sneaking stuff in, and also wheat, which actually are pretty good also to be fed to our microbiome to make them more repopulate. So this example to you actually brought in the question about how legit and advantageous the paleo diet is really, because these guys who were getting studied were cheating, and everybody thought the paleo diet did it for them.
Okay, so we've talked about a number of diets now in these interviews. So what say I want to do the paleo diet and I want to modify it, or is there any variations that might be a good idea that you could discuss?
There is, Steve, and this is actually one of the more famous ones that you can adjust, and it's called the autoimmune paleo diet. You would hear this a lot because you remove foods that people are commonly sensitive to. The paleo dieters, you're already in order to reduce the overall inflammation. So again, paleo is already restricting your diet, and now it becomes way more restrictive. And this is more applicable for the autoimmune diseases that we have out there. So the ones that you exclude in the already restrictive paleo diet would be nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, grains, dairy, dried food, processed food, eggs, chocolates, nightshades, seed, herbs, tapioca, vegetable oils, artificial sweeteners. Of course, that's understood. And also alcohol, coffee, and refined sugar definitely is not part of it. The one that is inclusive of this would be vegetables. Again, how restrictive it is, you have to keep an eye on the nightshades. You cannot take the nightshades if you have an autoimmune condition. Fresh fruit, coconut, ferments, organic meats, seafood, herbs, herbal teas, oils, fats, even avocado oils, coconut oils, olive oils, herbs, vinegars, natural sweeteners, bone broth. Again, it becomes more restrictive, as I remind everybody, because now you're going to be avoiding nuts, seeds, and nightshades. And again, a small study actually was done on this, and it was done on inflammatory bowel diseases. And the 6 week of elimination diet, followed by a 5 week maintenance phase of the autoimmune paleo diet, actually showed that there is an actual improvement of symptoms. Even when they put a scope up there and down there, they saw less inflammation. And these patients actually had a reduction of steroid use. But again, on the medical end of things, it still needs more studies to verify.
Okay, well, thank you, doctor. Another diet that we've talked about. We look forward to next week. So that's Dr. Nario at Biointegrative Health Center in Reno, Nevada. Again, you can find them online, Biointegrative Health Center, Reno, Nevada. Thank you, doctor.
Thanks, Steve. As we all know, knowledge is power, and thank you for letting me provide you with the edge in longevity and health maintenance, which I call the biological edge or the bio edge.